I'm Allison, and you are in Beerland. Barley is the primary grain used in brewing beer. Malted barley contains natural enzymes that break down starches into simple sugars. Yeast eat these sugars and release ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. A kernel of barley is comprised of an embryo and an endosperm contained inside a protective case. Barley used to brew beer comes in two forms, 2-row and 6-row. These are named for the layout of the kernels on the stalk. 2-row barley contains plumper kernels and a lower protein to carbohydrate ratio. 6-row kernels are smaller and contain a higher protein to carbohydrate ratio. A process called malting is used to turn raw barley into the grain fit for brewing. The malting process develops enzymes that will turn the starches found in the endosperm into simple sugars that are small enough for the yeast to consume. The malting process contains 3 steps: steeping, germination, and kilning. In the steeping step, the moisture content of the barley is increased. This is done by adding water to the raw barley and draining it 2 to 3 times. The next step in the malting process is germination. During germination, the barley is spread in a thin layer across a germination bed. The barley will need to be turned during this step as rootlets will form. These rootlets can grow into a tangled mess and suffocate the barley. The last step in the malting process is kilning. Kilning removes moisture from the grain. It also uses temperature, time, and airflow to control the breakdown of the enzymes created during germination. Enzymes are very heat sensitive, and higher temperatures will yield fewer enzymes in the final malt. Modification refers to the enzyme production and content in malt that is achieved by the complete degradation of the endosperm. Diastatic power refers to the amount of enzyme activity available in a variety of barley. Higher enzyme content means more diastatic power, which means more starches will be converted into simple sugars during the mash. Specialty malts are created by controlling the temperature and moisture level of the barley during kilning. Malts can be of a similar color, yet they can contribute differently to flavor profiles. Some specialty malts seek to offer specialty chemical contributions, such as increased foam stability. Adjuncts refer to additional grains used in the brewing besides malt. This includes grains such as corn, oats, rice, rye, and wheat. These grains contribute texture more than flavor in the beer. Thank you for listening to me talk about malt today. What's such an important part of making beer clearly is the grain that we use as the basis of our wort and our sugar source. One thing I think it's important to consider is how lucky we are as brewers in America. When I've brewed in a lot of other different countries, barley isn't indigenous everywhere. You can't always get the grains that you want when you want them to make what you want. So we're really fortunate here in America. We have access to some of the best grains in the world and such a variety of beers to be made from those grains. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great weekend.